Hey guys, it's me Gami. About 2 weeks ago, TG0, the parent company of etee, made a giveaway on Twitter where you had a chance to win your controllers. I was lucky enough to be the winner of the giveaway, and in this video I wanted to review them and show you what they're all about and if they're even worth the money. Just to clarify, I'm not getting paid to make this video and not being forced to say anything, just to get that out of the way. So first things first, what are the eteeControllers? The eteeControllers are VR controllers that have no buttons. Yes, you heard me right. No buttons. Now you might ask, Gami, how does this even work? The idea of these controllers is to do everything with gestures instead of buttons, like a regular controller. Because in real life, we also don't use buttons to do things, right? So what etee did was make the entire controller a capacitive surface with only 3 buttons and 1 trackpad similar to the Vive ones. So, how well does this work? Well, not great. I tested out 5 games to see how well they work, and what I noticed was first, the trackpad is super sensitive. I was always snap turning and moving when I didn't want to. It was also really weird to use because it always made an input when I just laid my thumb on it. And the touch buttons on the front of the controller were really clunky to use. I was always clicking them by accident when I wanted to grab something, and when I actually tried to use them, I had to press them a few times because it just didn't recognize my finger or something. And in the end, I always just unbound the 2 buttons because they weren't really reliable. The finger tracking was pretty alright. I just sometimes had to recalibrate it a few times during gameplay, but that wasn't a big of an issue. The controllers also lack a trigger. As a replacement, you just use your index finger. The controllers have 3 different gesture types: grab, point, and pinch. Pinch is mostly used to select menus. What I didn't mention yet, but that you have already seen, is that I got the AdaptVR kit. That means instead of getting their own trackers, I got an adapter to use my own Vive trackers to track their controllers. That made the controllers really front heavy, which you could just see by looking at them. That made the controllers not really viable for Beat Saber or really any fast motions with your hands. It makes the controllers feel really uncomfortable to use because it always feels like I'm swinging a hammer or something. It's really disappointing because without the Vive trackers, the controllers are really light and much easier to use. In most games, the hand's position is really off because it seems to try to use the Vive trackers instead of the eteeControllers as the rotation point. You can see it really clearly in VR Chat and Half-Life Alyx. As these are really niche controllers, they aren't really supported by SteamVR natively, and you pretty much have to make your own bindings for every game you want to play, or download a community binding and just customize it to your liking. The controllers really shine in games where you mostly just have to grab things and use your hands, like Moondust. Attack them are originally made for the index controllers, which work perfectly on the eteeControllers. I'm really disappointed to make a review as bad as I do now, because I've been following them for a while now, and I really wanted to use them. But now, after having a chance to try them out, I got really disappointed in how they turned out. I think the ideas of these controllers is cool, but the execution is really bad. I think if the buttons weren't as sensitive or unreliable, it would have been a lot better. Will I recommend these controllers if you already have index controllers or touch controllers? No, absolutely not. Would I recommend these controllers if you want to try something new? No, not at the moment. I would wait for them to polish up their driver first, or even wait till they release something like the eteeControllers 2.0. If you still want to try them out, buy them on their website for $300 for the AdaptVR kit, or $470 for the SteamVR version, which includes their own trackers. What do you think about these controllers? Let me know in the comments. Till then, bye bye.